Coach, good win. Start with the opening statement, and then we'll open it up here.
I'm not giving anybody their money back for the first half. You don't get. They should make you pay half the price of admission for playing only one good half. But our defense was pretty good throughout. We didn't start the best. I got a couple easy buckets, but we were pretty good in our zone after that. Played a lot of guys. They obviously had a couple guys that didn't get on the floor for whatever reason, and I think our depth played a factor. Probably wore them down a little bit, obviously, and I think that's why we had such a good second half. Two halves. If you hold a team to 22 points and a half, you expect to be up by a lot. We're only up by 4 somehow. Held them to 25 in the second half, and obviously we scored 46 points. Finally got it going. We stopped standing, stopped watching, started moving the ball, and we're much better. I'm glad y'all gonna get to talk to Riley. You know, we got 3 really good bigs on our team: Riley, Jaden, Larry. Sometimes it's they play together, sometimes they don't. A lot of times it's been Jaden's night, but they're all very capable of being forces in our league and forces in college basketball. What I like about them is that they never stop working. And, you know, there was a couple games ago Riley didn't play much because Jaden's night, and he was in the gym the next day, or actually that night, working hard, and here you go right here, and he plays a game that we probably don't have near the success, obviously, without him playing like he did. So, and I really appreciate how they work because of, you know, it's easy when you're not consistent minutes every night to give in and not keep grinding, but they pull for each other all the time, and it was great. It was Riley's turn tonight and watched them pull for him when he was out on that floor doing his thing. So, overall 9-2, which is a good start to the season, but most importantly, we're getting better. And now we got 2 more here before the real stuff. Head out to Arizona, then we play Alabama A&M, and then the fun starts.
How proud you were of the defensive effort, especially after kind of the shootout you had the other night against South Carolina State? First time you've held a team to under 50 points this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different ways to win, right? Sometimes it's man zone, sometimes it's offense is going to carry the day, sometimes it's defense. Holding a team to 35% from the field, and obviously below 50 points is great. You know, we didn't have our night where we were scoring, you know, for the top scoring team in the country. You know, when you look at halftime and it's 26 points, it's probably not what you're accustomed to seeing. But when you play defense like that, eventually shots are going to fall, and we're going to be able to make a serious push. How many threes will make the second half? 9 maybe, something like that. So 8 threes second half. So that'll do it. And if you guard like that.
It was obviously a slow first half, but what was the message to the team at halftime?
Just got to move the ball and stop being got to move the basketball, and we had to move more. We were just stymied there for a little bit. Like, we're just out of rhythm. That's the best way I could say it. They play really hard. They do a lot of good things, but we have got to be better. Player movement, ball movement, it's just got to be better than it was that first half. We got back to what we are in the second half.
When you know you wear teams down, how much easier is it to be patient in the first half when you're struggling, you know, or not panic, you know, if you're struggling type thing, knowing that you have the second half to sort of wear teams down?
Well, there's a lot of possessions, and, you know, someone always told me one time, he said, you don't get paid on anything but the final score, right? And so, like, that's what matters the most. And so if you think long game and you take that first half to figure out the flow of the game, but also you take the first half to figure out who will be the players that can help the most in the game. And that can be different every night. And a lot of times if you play a low possession game, you're afraid to experiment to see which guy's night it's going to be. And when you can increase possessions, you get a chance to use your whole bench, and you can say, hey, this guy's got a cook in tonight. This guy may not be his night in this game. And that's kind of what we like to do and figure out in that second half, like, all right, here's who is going to have the matchup problem.
Speaking of that, when coming into this, did you think you might have a matchup problem with Riley and the bigs, you know, against them just in your preparation type stuff?
Well, I think we said it at about the 10-minute mark or 8-minute mark. I said they cannot stop Riley tonight. They won't be able to stop him. We could see what it was. And that's really a culmination of obviously him being a great player and his hard work, but also was the culmination of our team's defensive effort to wear them down a little bit so that he's not playing against a guy with a full battery at all times. And so that's one thing that, you know, we got to give credit to those guards and those guys that worked so hard on defense so that Riley, when he came in there, he was at full force, maybe against a guy whose battery wasn't fully charged.
How have you seen your defense kind of change? You put Isaiah in the starting lineup a few games ago. He only had 4 points, but he's plus 16. Just talk about how he's kind of finding his role, especially defensively.
Yeah, you know, you're trying to find the guys that play the best together. And one thing about Isaiah, he can have such a massive impact on the game, whether he scores or doesn't score. He moves the ball doesn't stick with him. He can finish at the rim, but most importantly, he's going to do every small thing that matters. He's a smart defender. He's a great rebounder. He knows the scouting report. So all those little things that equate to winning, he's going to do, and you need that to complement a Rylan Jones, a Trey Fort, a Colin, a Jaden, who can all score the basketball. So it's really this time of year, it's about finding the right rotations, who plays well with who, and that way when you get to league play, you kind of have a better idea and a better picture for the way that you need to substitute.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, thanks for covering, guys. Appreciate y'all, man.